Tonight, our coverage as a new report by Amnesty International accuses Israel of genocide in Gaza. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Elia Batul. Vancouver Police have shot and killed a man after he stabbed one person and injured another. The incident occurred yesterday near the Vancouver Central Public Library. The suspect was armed with a knife and allegedly stole alcohol from a nearby restaurant. He later attacked individuals at a 7-Eleven store. Witnesses says the suspect stabbed a man in the hand and injured a woman's face. Police confronted the suspect inside the store. They fired multiple shots after attempts to subdue him with a stun gun failed. The suspect succumbed to his injuries in hospital, while the victim's injuries are being described as non-life-threatening. The Independent Investigations Office is probing the shooting. Authorities are urging witnesses to come forward. French Prime Minister Michel Barnier's government has collapsed after losing a confidence vote in the National Assembly. This marks the first such ousting in the past 60 years. Barnier has been appointed by President Emmanuel Macron after a snap election in July. Barnier used special powers to push through controversial budget measures. He sought 60 billion euros in savings to curb France's 6.1 public deficit. Critics accuse him of targeting the poorest population. Opposition parties unite against the centrist minority government. 331 legislators voted for the removal of Barnier. Macron will address the nation tomorrow evening. A caretaker government or new cross-party-backed prime minister remains Macron's immediate challenge. France cannot hold a new parliamentary election before July. France's only Muslim private high school faces contract termination by the local administration. Al-Kindi School works with state partnership. The move has been confirmed by the administration. However, there is no explanation for the move, which is causing concerns amongst Muslim organizations. The National Federation of Muslim Private Education condemns the decision. It is calling the move systematic harassment and disproportionate decision against Muslim schools. Makhlouf Mamek, president of the federation, says he fears rising Islamophobia in France. This development follows an alarming surge in anti-Muslim violence. A recent incident includes an assault on a Muslim woman wearing a hijab. Critics call the crackdown on institutions like Al-Kindi part of a wider anti-Islamic stance. Sudan's Darfur region governor Arqua Minawi accuses the Rapid Support Forces of a horrific massacre. Minawi says 20 civilians were killed yesterday in El Fashir. The city is North Darfur's capital. Reports show the Rapid Support Forces shelled Zamzam refugee camp yesterday, causing widespread destruction. The camp is one of the largest in Darfur. The targeting follows a similar deadly attack earlier this week. The Sudan Doctors Network has confirmed yesterday's toll. The group is calling for an immediate international intervention to halt the atrocities. Earlier in August, UNICEF declared famine in the camp. The RSF has not responded to these allegations. Clashes between the army and the RSF have gripped Al Fashir since May. The conflict in Sudan has caused 20,000 deaths. 14 million people have been displaced. The Palestinian Health Ministry says Israeli strikes on so-called safe zones in Gaza's Al-Mawasi have caused widespread devastation. In the past 24 hours, Israeli airstrikes have killed 48 Palestinians. 201 have been injured. An attack on a home has killed 7 people. In Khirbat al-Adas, 2 more Palestinians have been killed. The Civil Defense Service has recovered 3 bodies after a home was targeted in the Nusayrat refugee camp. A woman who was 7 months pregnant was killed when shrapnel from Israel struck the Al-Mawasi area yesterday. Al Jazeera's fact-checking agency has seen the woman's body. Egypt has proposed a 45 to 60-day ceasefire opening of Rafah crossing. It is suggesting increasing aid deliveries to 350 trucks daily. The plan also includes an exchange of Palestinian prisoners for Israeli prisoners. No formal agreement has been announced yet. Israel's war on Gaza has killed at least 44,580 Palestinians. More than 100,000 have been wounded. Last month, the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for war crimes. Israel also faces a genocide case at the International Court of Justice over its brutal war on Gaza. Israeli forces have launched new raids on southern Lebanon, violating a ceasefire with Hezbollah. Rights groups, including the Hind Rajab Foundation, are escalating efforts to prosecute more Israeli officials for their involvement in crimes in Gaza. The Hind Rajab Foundation has filed a landmark case implicating over 1,000 Israeli soldiers. They range from generals to rank-and-file personnel for crimes under the Rome Statute. The crimes include attacks on civilians, starvation, and destruction of critical infrastructure. The organization has filed more than 1,000 pieces of evidence, including video and forensic reports. Some evidence includes social media posts where soldiers allegedly documented their crimes. 10% of the accused soldiers are dual nationals from countries like the US, UK, and France. The foundation is also targeting senior Israeli officials, including Netanyahu, for genocide and crimes against humanity. Cases are being pursued globally. Complaints have already been filed in Belgium and France. Amnesty International has accused Israel of committing genocide in Gaza, citing extensive research and evidence. A new report claims Israel violated the 1948 Genocide Convention by causing widespread harm, indiscriminate killings, and conditions designed for physical destruction of Palestinians. Amnesty Secretary General Agnes Callamard has highlighted Israel's dehumanizing rhetoric as proof of genocidal intent. The organization criticizes the international community for its shameful failure to halt atrocities. It is calling for an immediate, decisive action to end the crisis. Israel has dismissed the findings as false and fabricated. It maintains its military action targets Hamas and not civilians. Amnesty argues this defense fails to justify the humanitarian toll. It is urging governments to end impunity for Israel's actions. That's all from our Toronto studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News Canada. We are a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. You can donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum.